Hello and welcome to the Gridiron Victoria season preview for the men. It's going to be a big year this year for GV with all 4 competitions running at once, but I'll be concentrating on the men's season, which starts in mid-August. And first we'll start with the Ballarat Falcons. The Falcons made the playoffs last season for the first time and look to get back there again this year. I can see them doing that with the talent they have on offense, especially with Eddie Carey at receiver and the talented James Stephens at quarterback. In 2018, the Bendigo Dragons had a fairly solid season with their 3 imports having a huge impact. A very narrow loss to the Warriors in a high-scoring affair was the highlight. In 2019, they find themselves low on player numbers and the loss of their starting quarterback to a season-ending ACL injury. I see them winning enough games to make it back to the playoffs, but that's as far as I'll go. An indifferent season last year for Croydon, with some young talent continuing on and the long-time veterans returning. There is no reason why they can't have a solid season. The introduction of a US coach will be a benefit to them. I see them finishing 4th and being competitive against the top 3 sides. The Bucks have been rebuilding and look to improve on last season. With a number of players returning for another year and the reintroduction of the women's side, the outlook is bright for this proud club from Geelong. They have a few weapons on the offense and the defense has always been a physical one. I see them finishing. Head coach John Trenner has returned home to the US, giving Josh Foray the reins in 2019. Player retention has been good and they look to improve on last year after a disappointing loss to the Warriors in the playoffs. But can they go one step further? Their defense was relentless last year, but the offense spluttered at times in big games despite a very talented and elusive quarterback in Alex Franklin. I still see Foray making a playing comeback at some stage this season due to lack of offensive line numbers. The Wolves have made a masterstroke by bringing in former NFL player Tony Simmons to coach the side. Rumour is he was also going to play. This will be a very different looking Wolves outfit with a number of offensive players moving to other clubs. A number of rookies have joined, which will see this team hovering in the bottom part of the standings. Game 1 against the Sharks will show where this club is at. I see them finishing in a similar position to 2018, and that's in 10th place. The Barbarians is a breeding ground for the Warriors. The club has said that the Barbs and Warriors will never play each other, so this has prompted the league to give the win to the Warriors. This team will be loaded with rookies and some veterans who want to teach the younger players. They will manage to get a win or 2 and finish in 12th place. The Warriors have been the strongest club in GV history, and last year they didn't disappoint with an unexpected return to the Vic Bowl. Despite the big defeat in that game, I see them making another run for the championship. The burning question is whether Dom Dearman will return as quarterback and can running back Jackson stay healthy for the entire season. I see them finishing 3rd. After losing a number of players to retirement and other clubs, the Raiders surprised the league with a very good season in 2018. A number of younger guys stepped up. This season could be a different story. With rumours of more players moving on, they will be doing well if they can repeat last year. DR Atkinson Reserve has had a major makeover and actually has lush green grass, for now. Despite the rumours, I still see them with 5 wins and finishing in 9th spot. With the return to the Pakenham name, the club couldn't turn things around in 2018. With a lack of player numbers, they were forced to forfeit quite a few games. They have done well in recruiting new players and having the core group return for another year. This is another club that will struggle to get wins, but the addition of a JV side is a positive. I see them finishing in 11th spot. Despite the enormity of playing in their first ever season, they managed to score in their first ever hit-out, something a number of new clubs took longer to achieve. It will be another season of big losses while this club tries to establish itself. I see them squeezing out a win against any club that dares to treat them lightly. 2018 saw them field a side the entire season with no forfeits. It will be a major achievement if they repeat this in 2019. The Predators took care of all the former Div 2 clubs but were unable to make an impact on the rest of the former Division 1 clubs in 2018. With Monash not too far away, they tend to struggle with player numbers. To their credit, despite low numbers, they were very solid. Their 3 imports complementing the local guys on the team. Hopefully this season we will see more Colts players making the move to the men's side and they can make inroads on the top 4. Veteran coach Mel Martin is now at the helm, bringing loads of experience with him. I see a slight improvement on last season and see them finishing in 5th spot. The question for the Western Crusaders is, can they go 3 seasons undefeated? With another perfect season behind them and a comfortable Vic Bowl win over the Warriors, they now find themselves 20 players down from last year, according to head coach Craig Wilson. Both offensive and defensive lines are in a rebuild. In saying that, you can't let your guard down against this side. There is still plenty of talent on the sidelines. Quarterback will be a question for them as both quarterbacks from last year are no longer there. Despite the questions, I still believe they are the club to beat. They will finish in first place and only drop the 1 game in the process. As they say, you can't win them all. I'm predicting the Warriors to make another return to the big game against the Crusaders. The Warriors will be Vic Bowl champions once again. You just can't keep a strong club down for too long.